we meet again at last. The circle is now complete.
What's the world coming to?
Well, you got a problem with what I did, Anthony?
No. Hey, no.
Fucking rat anyways. Whole family's all rats. Would have grew up to be a rat.
Stupid bastard. I can't fucking believe it.
Gee, I'm real sorry your mom blew up, Ricky.
Now you're gonna dig the fucking thing. You're gonna dig the hole. You're gonna do it. I got no fucking line. You're gonna do it.
Yes, I'll take the fucking hole. I don't give a fuck.
I realized that what was living behind that boy's eyes was pure and simple evil. Jesus Christ. Mister, you okay in there?
Let's eventually caught things around here someplace.
Logan, Myers, Tom Hardy, and Henry Hill are live here in Cinephellas Studios, right here in the heart of Iowa, Tiffin, Iowa. Henry Hill is on the line with us. How are you doing today, Henry?
Very good, Logan, man. How are you doing? I'm hanging here with Tom Hardy in bloody England. Oh, well, anyways, back to you, Sport.
Were you guys at the local pub getting a few pints?
He drank me under the table, Sport.
He's just... Anyways, Logan back here on the podcast. And first of all, I wanted to talk about why we started Cinephellas, you know, where the thoughts came from and how it became what it is today. So, Henry.
Well, I mean, when I think about Cinephellas, I think about how, you know, we've hung out since high school, and pretty much whenever we get together, we always talk about the latest movies we've seen or TV shows that we're binge watching at the time, and pretty much our conversations spring from there. We always have inside jokes and movies, and pretty much as the years went by, we turned it into a hobby to follow movie news, and you got into movie reviewing, and we started going to movie conventions about, 10 plus years ago has it been already?
Yeah, 2006.
Yeah, and just took that love and put it into a creative outlet, and, you know, here we are with Cinephellas. We got a website, and we got a bunch of stuff going on, and we look forward to growing, and that's the way I see it.
Yeah, I know what you were saying with the convention. It was Flashback Weekend Chicago 2006. I think it's when we really started focusing on it more on top of getting really, really drunk at these conventions. But, you know,
exactly.
You know, starting this network of movie lovers like ourselves and, you know, just talking movies and TV shows and what's coming up in, you know, the film industry. And, you know, it really started at the conventions, and we've been going back ever since 2006 every year. You know, we got some conventions coming up this year as well. C2E2 in April. So, we've been to C2E2 for the past couple of years. Yeah, I'm really excited about that. Jeffrey Dean Morgan actually canceled today.
I know. I think I saw that on Instagram.
Yeah, so he will not be there. So he's probably shooting The Walking Dead as the badass villain Negan.
Yep, Mr. Negan. No, that sucks. We won't get to see him and Lucille at the convention.
I know. I was hoping to get an interview with him, but not looking too good. So hopefully I'll get an interview with Millie Bobby Brown. All about.
Swole, it's not that Bobby Brown.
Ooh, I thought it was. Hopefully, getting to interview, her, talk about the new season of Stranger Things, one of our favorite shows.
Oh God, yes.
So hopefully, get to talk to her. But anyways, that's where we're at with Cinephellas. You know, just started off as an idea, and really we started it. We went live with it in February 2016, and we've built up a pretty good team. We have about 10 people that are on the Cinephellas team, like videographer, photographer, some writers, web editor, and my sister that runs a website. So we've definitely grown.
Rachel
Shulo.
What up, Rachel?
So we've definitely grown. We've gotten some good interviews in the past year and getting a lot of good content reviews. So we're only looking up at this point.
Oh yeah, dude. We've really built it up. I mean, we started from scratch pretty much. Just had our Facebook and social media presence, and then, Rachel built the website for us, and, we brought in some buddies from some other sites that we'd go on for our movie fix, and then we brought some people over, and now we're we're looking to get into the empire business.
It's all about building an empire here. Yeah, we have a writer that lives in England, Old King Clancy, and he's gotten some good reviews up on our website. He usually sees movies before they're released to America, which is always beneficial for us, to get our thoughts on the movie before other people see it. I think we have another writer in Canada. I can't remember where.
I want to say so, yeah. I don't even know all the locations, but yeah, I think Canada.
Canada's one. So we're all over the place, and, we're always looking to bring more people on the team and build up this brand of Cinephellas and getting our love out there to the world around us and, just building this network of lovers of film and TV.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, there's nothing more we enjoy than talking about movies and, bonding with other people that are like us and enjoy movies and TV shows and just having fun, really.
We're film geeks, aren't we?
What we're trying to say is follow us on Tinder.
Tinder. Plenty of fish. But that's basically it. Henry and I are the co-founders. We run the show, and, each week we want to do this podcast and just talk about movies, TV news, talk about TV shows that we're on, and just, talk and hang out. What we do best.
What we do best. I mean, yeah, might as well record our little weekday ramblings, throughout the week, talking about what's coming out and what we're doing and what's coming out on the website.
Exactly. We have a brand new website coming out in March with a whole new brand coming our way and coming to the world and the fan base. We got some more people coming on board. We have a new video coming for our YouTube page and more reviews. We got a green screen in the studios now, so a lot of big things happening for us in the next year, and hopefully people will like what we're doing.
Yeah, come aboard, people. You'll like what we do. We like to keep everybody informed and have some reviews and fun news, and we do giveaways, and we do some fun giveaways every month. We like to give out the latest Blu-rays, and so, yeah, come follow us, see what we're about, man. You guys won't be disappointed. I think you guys will like what we do. Yeah,
the monthly Fellas giveaway, usually the middle of the month we'll pick a random winner, usually a Blu-ray and sometimes another, like Funko or toy or shirt or whatever. But each month we do have a giveaway. Fellas giveaway hashtag. So follow us and join in the fun. Maybe you'll win something.
And no, ladies, I'm not giving away my underwear.
We all know you don't wear any, Henry. Don't lie to us.
Oh, the secret has been spilled.
But let's talk about, 2016 was a hellish year for all of us for a lot of different reasons, but we had some good movies in 2016. We have the Oscars coming up next month. And, there's some movies that are definitely going to be winning some awards, some indies, and some, high budget films. Some of the movies that are up for Oscars, actually, they haven't announced them, have they?
No, I don't think the Oscar nominations have been announced, but today there were, I think, the Screen Actors Guild nominations. I want to say it's that. But, surprisingly, Deadpool got nominated for Best Picture.
I know, that's what I was laughing about. I'm like, well, wouldn't that be awesome if Deadpool won Best Film?
Yeah, or even to be nominated would be just phenomenal.
Yeah, and, that movie did so well at the box office. It was like a big surprise, Deadpool did well at the box office because it was a great, funny and over the top action comic movie.
Yeah, they didn't hold back. It was Ryan Reynolds, full control. He made the movie that he wanted to make, and America responded and loved it. And it's good for the rest of the film industry too, because you got all these, not widely known about, especially comic book movies that are going to be coming out that are going to have R-rated and just be able to tell the story that was meant to be told, not watered down for family purposes, like some of the other Marvel and DC movies.
Yeah.
But, Daredevil really kicked ass. So, absolutely. Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool to see if that does get the big nominations. But, there were some good ones for sure. Some of the big blockbusters in 2016 weren't all that great. I mean, I can only think of a handful off my head, so that kind of tells you there weren't too many.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like you said, there were a lot of good indies.
Mm-hmm.
Hell or High Water was one of the last ones I saw that I really enjoyed. And,
it seemed like I liked more of the independent films in 2016 compared to the big budget ones, the blockbusters and all that shit.
Right.
Like you're saying, Hell or High Water was excellent. I just watched that. I loved Green Room that came out in March.
Oh yeah,
with Anton Yelchin, one of his last films, and
rest in peace.
That was great. There's a ton of movies, and hopefully, in 2017 we'll get some higher budget films that will actually be worthy.
Yeah, man. I wrote down my list of kind of the ones that I saw that I'm looking forward to. If you want me to go ahead with those.
Yeah.
Train Spotting 2, the return to the Train Spotting boys 20 years later from that story from the first one. So that's gonna be awesome.
That looks excellent. The trailer just looks great. It still has that vibe from the movie 20 years ago. Yeah,
like the same look and feel, and director and cast, of course. So yeah, I'm really stoked for that. A movie that you are going to be super interested in. Hello, it's got your namesake, Logan, on March 3rd.
No, I haven't heard of that. What's Logan about? Oh, no, I'm so excited for that. It's one of my top picks for 2017 for sure. I'm really interested to see what they do with it. In terms of the Old Man Logan comics, he's obviously old and he's aging finally, and he's on the brink of death. And you don't know what they're going to do with the movie. I'm going to guess that they probably kill him off, but we'll see what that happens because there's been rumors about Wolverine and Deadpool movies, so who knows what they'll actually do with Old Man Logan, but I'm really excited for that movie.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's definitely going to be phenomenal. It looks awesome. Continuing on with the list, I kind of put these in order from release date. I'll just name some off. The Kong Skull Island's going to be coming out in March. Then a couple months later in May, we start getting to the real big blockbusters. So we have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Holy shit, I cannot wait.
Oh, I know, the continuation of the James Gunn fucking Marvel masterpiece, really. I mean,
it is a masterpiece, but Marvel will always do it better, unfortunately. We're huge fans of DC, with, old Batman, but Marvel does it better, and James Gunn did direct a masterpiece in that galaxy, in that universe.
Absolutely. Yep. Another space. It could have been really generic, but he just knocked it out of the park as far as the mixing in the action and the comedy, and it had the perfect cast. It just worked, and Volume 2 looks like it's going to just increase the intensity and the fun, and I'm looking forward to it, absolutely. A couple days later, we have Alien Covenant, the return of Ridley Scott. So what do you think about that one, mate?
Holy shit. Obviously I didn't like Prometheus. I fell asleep in the movie theater with you. I had too many drinks.
Hey, yeah, I think I remember looking over at you and you passed out. I was kind of nudging you.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't snoring. Didn't like it. I went back and finished it eventually, and I still didn't like it. So
too many plot holes. Yeah,
it was. Yeah, I just didn't feel it. Right. But yeah, the new trailer Covenant looks excellent. It looks gory as hell.
Yeah, sick.
And it still everywhere. Has, Ridley Scott's still doing it. He has Blade Runner coming out, the new Blade Runner movie. But
October 6th.
October 6th, and Alien Covenant, it looks really, really good, and it looks scary as hell, and it has, what the original movies had, that scary element to it, just within the trailers. So definitely excited about that one.
Yeah, it really does look like a return to form of the older, the original, especially first two films. The third one I didn't really care about, and honestly, I kind of forget that 4 even happened. So let's hope this one just knocks it out of the park, and by all indications from the trailers, it looks awesome. All right, moving on. We got Wonder Woman in June, DC's next attempt at righting the ship that so far has been kind of shaky. It looks pretty good, and it's got a female director. So let's see what they can do with that. I'm not too excited, but I'm going to give it a shot. Chris Pine's in it. Gal Gadot is Wonder Woman. So let's see what happens there.
And don't forget old Claire from House of Cards is in that.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, can't forget that. Old Jenny from Forrest Gump. Her name. Why can't I think of her name? Help me.
No, I was trying to remember it too, and I just thought of Claire. Claire.
Yeah.
Oh, Claire.
Robin Wright.
Robin Wright. There we go.
Robin Wright. Oh yeah, she is phenomenal. We'll get to more on Robin Wright a little later when we're talking about the TV shows. Yep. But going down the list more, Marvel's first splash into the year, Spider-Man Homecoming, July 7th.
Yes. They're going to make Spider-Man good finally.
Yeah, it looks like it. It looks like they finally actually captured the high school feel, and you actually can believe that the character is in high school. Whereas, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield especially, I mean, he's turning into a phenomenal actor, but they're both too old for the part, and I don't know. Especially the last couple, they just weren't that great. They were all special effects, really, and
Yeah, I agree.
Emma Stone and Andrew Garfield, don't get me wrong, they're great actors, and she's a great actress. But I mean, it's kind of me, really.
Yeah.
So this one looks really cool.
It does. And what you were saying, the other actors, Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, they were old. They were in their 30s when they're in that movie. In the movies, like Tom Holland, he's only 15, 16. I don't know. He's young. He's a teenager, so.
I think so, yeah. And if he's not, you can believe that he's not. You can believe he's high schooler anyway.
And, just when they introduced his character into Civil War, he had a different feel to him. And it really felt more like Peter Parker. It felt like the comics. And just from the trailer we've seen for Spider-Man Homecoming, it just looks like it's going to be a fun, superhero movie. Yeah,
it does. It looks like we're finally getting the Peter Parker Spider-Man story that we want to see on screen, and it'll be cool to see Michael Keaton in the role. Let's hope he brings it as the Vulture, yeah.
Michael Keaton as a villain.
Yeah.
That's something you don't see too often.
No, I think the last time he played a villain was in that terrible, what was it, Herbie Fully Loaded or something?
Yeah, I think I saw that on TV one night. I'm like, this is the worst piece of shit I've ever seen.
I'm sorry you were subject to that.
But I do love you, Michael Keaton. You were the original Batman, in movies, I guess. Well, Adam West was, but Michael Keaton, he's the original Batman. I love him. And he's just an all-around great actor. So it's going to be cool to see him as this, this villain, the Vulture, in Spider-Man.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm there with you, man. I'm excited for it. All right. And then we got, that's Spider-Man Homecoming is on July 7th. The next week, you have War of the Planet of the Apes. It's the continuation of the story of Caesar, who is played by, I'm trying to think of his name. Why can't I think of the actors' names now that I'm on the spot?
Andy Serkis?
Andy Serkis, yes, there you go.
I have not seen any of the new Planet of the Apes movies, so I have nothing to say about this. Man. I have not seen them. It just didn't look appealing to me. There's too much CGI. No? I just didn't buy it, so I'm like, I'll pass. Yeah, but maybe I should throw it in.
Yeah, maybe throw it in. And for me, I thought I enjoyed them. Especially the second one was really cool. This one looks cool, and I dig that Woody Harrelson's going to play the villain. It looks like he's going full balls to the wall, sort of Apocalypse Now villain kind of in this story. And we're actually getting to the part of this trilogy where it's going to meet up with the original trilogy first movie where, the apes actually take over and the humans are the ones that are, basically the animals, and the apes are taking over the planet. So check that out, July 14th.
July 14th.
July 14th. And then a week later, it's a busy July, really. And then a week later, you've got Christopher Nolan's return, yes.
Dunkirk. This looks awesome.
Yes, it does. A World War II film from Christopher Nolan, the mind behind Inception, the Dark Knight trilogy, Memento, you name it. The guy's directed some amazing, thought-provoking, highly imaginative films, and I can't wait to see his take on this story. It looks really good. It's got Tom Hardy is in it. I believe, go figure, Harry Styles from One Direction.
How did that happen?
I don't know. My guess from the trailer is he fits the look of a young soldier.
Yeah, I could see that. I didn't know if it's when he went in to read for the part, he just ended up singing and dancing. He's like, "You're hired."
Right. Christopher Nolan was so impressed, and his daughter got backstage passes to the next time they tour. Maybe it was one of those things, but whatever. Christopher Nolan, he has yet to disappoint me, really. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Absolutely.
He's like one of the best directors of our time, and his just keen detail with his camera work is astounding. And I just think about the intro of The Dark Knight and how amazing that was. The camera work, it just brought you into the movie. And
mind-blowing, yes.
And just from the trailer of Dunkirk, you can see like you're on the battleground. It's like Saving Private Ryan. You know?
Yeah, it does
like,
have that feel.
You're on the sand, and these people are shooting you, and bombs going off, and things like that. You feel that intensity, and that's what he does best.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I felt the same thing. Yeah. Dunkirk's going to be awesome, and of course, I believe at least part of it was filmed in IMAX. So, I mean, if you can see it in IMAX, you're going to want to check it out in that format for sure.
Yeah.
Alrighty, moving on. This list is pretty big, so we'll go through them kind of quickly now. I'll stop for a couple that I know that you're going to be super stoked about. A week later after Dunkirk, on July 28th, we have Stephen King's Dark Tower.
Oh, yes. Yes, baby. Finally. I have been waiting for this forever. I read all of the books, and I've been a big fan for a long time, and it's really one of Stephen King's best work, best series.
That's what you said. I haven't read it myself. So give us kind of like a brief synopsis on the story of Dark Tower for somebody who doesn't have any knowledge of it.
So yeah, the Dark Tower film is coming out. It's basically about the gunslinger walking through this different world. It's like metaphysical meets physical world. It's like a different universe. Comes across a little kid, and they're traveling towards this tower, and they're come across the evildoer from a lot of Stephen King novels, which is the Man in Black. Played by Matthew McConaughey, which is a good choice in casting, and then you have Idris Elba playing Roland. So,
Luther himself.
Luther himself. I'm very excited about this, and just seeing pictures from the set and everything, it makes me really excited about this movie, and probably one of my favorites of the year for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm there with you, man. I haven't read the books, but the premise and the look of the film, it looks like it's going to be pretty damn cool. All right, man. The next film I know you're going to be into, too, comes out September 8th. It's the first film in the 2-part version of Stephen King's It.
Oh, my God, yes. Yes.
Pennywise is back.
Yeah, the Cinephellas team are really over this movie. Kevin's really into the new movie. Obviously, I saw the miniseries back in the 90s on TV. It terrorized me and scarred me for life, like most children of that time and today probably as well. But it's going to be cool seeing what's his name? Bill Skarsgård? Can't pronounce.
Bill Skarsgård, yeah.
Skarsgård, there we go. Playing Pennywise, and a few images have been posted online, and they look pretty good. It looks, convincing and scary and, eerie at the same time.
Yeah, it does. I'm interested to see, especially since they're splitting it up into 2 movies, which I think is a good idea. The miniseries had the kid, started out with the children, and then as they grew up for the second, the second and third parts of the miniseries. So, yeah, splitting it into 2 movies is cool. We'll see the point of the view from the kids, and then when they grow up and they go on to take on Pennywise, it's going to make for some pretty cool movies, I think. I look forward to seeing the first trailer for it, too. We'll get to see just how evil Pennywise is going to be. Yeah,
and it's cool. The Losers Club, they cast Finn Wolfhard or something like that from Stranger Things.
That's right.
He's a good child actor, It'd be cool seeing him in the movie, and then also that kid that played in Midnight Special with Michael Shannon.
Oh, yeah.
He's one of the kids in the Losers Club, so it'll be cool to see them. It's a good cast from what I can see, and I'm pretty excited about it.
Yeah, and directed from the guy who did, Mama?
Yeah.
The horror film from a few years ago. Yeah, so as you can tell, we're all super excited for the new adaptation of It. All right, just to go through a couple more films that are coming out, and then we'll touch on a few shows, and then we'll wrap it up. We got the new Blade Runner, which we already mentioned. We got, Blade Runner 2049.
Ryan Gosling, Harrison Ford. From the teaser trailer, looks fucking awesome, and
yeah, it does.
I can't wait to see more from that movie.
Me either. Okay, I don't know if did you end up seeing The Kingsman?
Yes, we watched it over the summer. That was so good, and
yeah,
it was surprisingly
especially the church
good.
Scene. Yeah, it was.
I thought it would be just like a forgettable movie that falls off the dusty shelf one day, and you watch it.
Yeah,
right. It was really good, and Taron Egerton was good as Eggsy, and they had a really good cast of characters, and the action was awesome.
It really was. Oh, yeah, and that memorable scene in the church with, what was it, Leonard Skinner playing, I think?
Yeah.
Freebird. Yeah, that was just a really awesome scene, like super violent, super stylized, and yeah, very cool. A cool take on the spy genre.
Yeah.
So the sequel is coming out on October 6th. Kingsman: The Golden Circle. Channing Tatum's going to join up, so that'll be cool. In October, while this is supposed to be released October 13th, I don't know if it's still happening, but it was on the list that I was looking at, Friday the 13th. So we'll have to see.
I think that's a rumor. I don't think that's confirmed.
So it's not confirmed.
They keep going back and forth with that movie. It's supposed to be, but I haven't seen like 100% confirmation on that yet.
Okay. So a maybe. Put that down as a maybe. We're also supposed to be getting another Halloween with John Carpenter involved. We'll see when that finally takes shape. I'm not going to try to think that it's coming out this year, but I suppose anything's possible.
Yeah, I think it'd probably be 2018 because Jason Blumhouse is, always getting interviewed, and he said that they're not even in production or anything. The script's not even really done.
Okay. Yeah, I figured with a movie like that they want to get right, they're gonna definitely want to take their time on that. Okay, so all right, moving on. We got the Cloverfield series is going to get a new film in late October, on October 27th, and a film called God Particle.
Excellent.
Yeah, I mean, the first two films were really cool. J.J. Abrams producing, it's going to be cool. It'll be a new take. The first two dealt with a similar world, but they were, they had enough differences in them. So I expect this one to be a little different, but remain in that same Cloverfield universe. So that'll be cool.
Man, 10 Cloverfield Lane was one of my favorite movies of last year. I think the horror genre really took charge in 2016. There was a lot of good horror films, and that was one hell of a movie. The sci-fi, factor to it, on top of John Goodman's like creepy performance in this little shelter they're stuck in.
Yes.
It's going to be cool to see what they're going to do with the next chapter of the series.
Definitely, man. Yeah, I'm right there with you. John Goodman was ultra creepy in it. Mary Elizabeth Winstead did a great job as the heroine of the story, and just that like claustrophobic, like old 50s like not storm cellar, but like nuclear bomb shelter. It was just it lended itself to be really, really spooky and creepy, and then once they get out of there, you see what's going on and how it ties into Cloverfield. So yeah, it was pretty cool. I really enjoyed that movie as well. A couple other ones that we got to look forward to. Thor. I don't know how to spell it or say it exactly. Ragnarok or something like that. Ragnarok. Okay.
Yeah. That is going to be awesome.
Yep, the latest Chris Hemsworth Thor movie. So, yep, I'm sure it'll be cool.
And with little Benedict Cumberbatch that's been confirmed, we're going to see Doctor Strange in this movie.
Ooh, Doctor Strange.
I'm very intrigued of how they're going to incorporate Doctor Strange into this Thor universe. And it's going back to the 70s, according to the director, that they're going for an old school vibe to this movie. So I think it's going to be its own standalone film in that way. It's got a different vibe to it, and incorporating Doctor Strange into the movie.
Right, and if I read correctly, part of it's going to take place on Hulk's home planet, so we're going to get like Thor versus Hulk. Yeah, so that'll be really cool to see.
I'm like, yeah, this is going to be insane. Hulk, Thor, and Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is the man, and that movie was fucking excellent as well. Benedict Cumberbatch.
I still need to see it.
Oh, can't wait. Yeah. It comes out on Blu-ray next month.
I'll be picking that one up.
That was definitely a standalone, trippy-ass ride, and a very cool story with Inception-like visuals, and it was one of my favorites, of the Marvel Universe, for sure.
That's good, man. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Doctor Strange myself, and yeah, I have no doubts that the new Thor will be awesome. Justice League's finally going to come out on November 17th. Yeah, I mean, I'm holding out hope. I'm losing hope, though, from what we've seen so far, but hopefully maybe they got a surprise in store. We'll see. I'm going to give it a shot.
I'm going to take a wild guess as, what this movie's going to be like. It's going to be like, the magician Zack Snyder throwing in all these great visuals and cool special effects, and the script is just retarded and plot holes galore. It'll be cool to see the characters come together, but we saw that with the Batman versus Superman, and we saw what a piece of garbage that was.
Turned out to be, it really wasn't that great at all. I know. I'm holding out hope, though, man. I really want DC to come out with a badass movie and just right the ship and put that whole film universe in the right direction, because there's some awesome stories, and let's hope some awesome filmmakers come forward and take the reins from Snyder. And
I agree.
Yeah.
With Jeff Johns being part of this universe of making a film, he knows comics better than anyone on that set. So
Yes.
the way they incorporate him into the filmmaking process, I think is a really good move for them. And Justice League, I think will be better. I think it will. I like Suicide Squad, but it had flaws in it like everything else. And I appreciate what they tried with it. It could have been better. With Justice League, hopefully they'll be a better film and bring DC Universe back into play against Marvel.
Right. Let's just hope for an improvement. I mean, at this point, that's just give us some improvements, one film at a time. And then, we have James Wan with the Aquaman film, so...
Shit, that's going to be weird.
Yeah. It'll be weird, I'm sure, and, I mean, he's a good filmmaker, too, so... It's
just a fucking horror movie. He just kills people in the ocean, and he just gets wasted at the bar. And...
That's what it could turn into, we don't know.
It's like Insidious.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
we'll see how that one goes.
It's going to be interesting.
And then, as far as the big blockbusters go, the last one of this coming year, Star Wars Episode 8.
Oh, I didn't think you were going to say it. I was waiting for it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, are you going to bring up fucking Star Wars?
Yes, but we're going to get a new Star Wars each and every year for the next foreseeable future, thanks to Rogue One. Of course, The Force Awakens, but then Rogue One came out, and we got a good standalone, so we're going to be getting standalones in addition to these new trilogy films every year. So let's see if the second film in this trilogy can be like the original trilogy second film, Empire Strikes Back, and just improve in every way on the first one, and give us a film that we're going to remember. And
I think they're in good hands. What is it? Rian Johnson? I don't know how you pronounce his first name. This is his film, Episode 8. So each time they put out a film, it's a different director, it's a different vision. But just from reading online, I have high expectations for it because I'm biased because I love Star Wars, and I know it's going to be a good film. I'm interested to see what they're going to do with Carrie Fisher. From what I read, she already filmed all her parts, didn't she?
Yeah, supposedly for Episode 8, she had all her parts filmed, and supposedly she was supposed to have a bigger part in the final film of the trilogy. So, we'll have to see how they work around that.
They'll use the visuals like they use in the visual design they use in Rogue One and brought back Grand Moff Tarkin. So I'm sure they'll do something with that, and it'll look, really good.
Yeah, I mean, it looks good just as long as they don't have like a huge part and then it starts taking away from the rest of the film. But if it's just a little small, maybe like a small scene but an important scene, and they do it like that, then I'm sure, they can get it right. It looked pretty good in Rogue One. I mean, there were a couple parts, and obviously it was a computer. But, I mean, what are you going to do, not have that character come back? I mean, you have to, so...
Well, they use this technology in Tron with Jeff Bridges, but they really, really made it better, the more practice that they've done with it. And they're going to be using that technology with The Irishman, with Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, Joe Pesci, making them look younger, 20 years younger. So it's cool how they can use this sort of technology to age or de-age somebody.
Absolutely, yeah. As technology gets better and even the computer-generated images on screen will look better. So that's good because there's a lot of stuff that they can do via computer now that they couldn't do even a few years ago. So we're in for some good stuff. Cool, man. Well, that's pretty much 2017 as far as the big blockbusters. And as always, probably the movies that we didn't even mention are going to, some movie that we didn't even mention is going to come by and just be awesome. And I didn't even mention any of the horror movies that are coming out. There's a ton. And last year was, like you said, it was amazing for horror films. So let's hope 2017 continues that and we get some awesome old school horror films.
Yeah. One film I did want to bring up was a few, was the Power Rangers. We grew up in the 90s. We love Power Rangers. Having Bryan Cranston in the film, it's going to be crazy. But he worked with the Saban Entertainment back in the day on Power Rangers as a stunt person or whatever he was. So it's going to be interesting seeing how the new take on the Power Rangers is going to turn out, and if it's just going to look like, from the trailer, it looks like a Transformers movie. But
yeah, I'm going to give it a shot, though.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a shot because growing up on the show, we love it.
Sure.
King Arthur, Guy Ritchie.
Guy Ritchie, Charlie Hunnam.
Huh? What happened? It's been a while since we saw something from him.
It's been a while, Guy. Where you been, bloke? Hanging out with Stephen Graham at the pubs?
Probably has been. Hanging out with Brad Pitt and Henry Cavill and all them. Having some pints.
So. Yeah. Welcome back, Guy Ritchie. Hope you made a good film.
He's like, great. It's great to be back, boys. You know what I mean? A few other films I wanted to bring up, and we can call it. The Lego Batman movie. It's going to be hilarious. The Lego movie came out a few years ago.
Yeah, that looks good.
Great.
Will Arnett,
as Batman. That looks hilarious. There's a shit ton of people in the movie doing voices, so really excited about that one and seeing our favorite character, Batman.
Oh, yeah.
As a Lego.
It does. It looks good, and I enjoyed the Lego movie. And, like you said, it's got all the classic villains in it.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely down to watch that for sure.
Yeah, and then I'm looking here through my list of movies. You brought up a lot of them, majority of them that are I'm looking forward to. We still have movies. I'm a huge horror movie fan. I love Universal Monsters. I always have. I grew up on the black and white movies, and then they brought out The Mummy, the reboot of The Mummy.
Gosh,
Tom Cruise. It looks awful.
You mean Mission Impossible with mummies?
The Mummy goes on a mission impossible. Tom Cruise is a badass. He does some cool action, but it just doesn't look like a mummy movie. It looks like Mission Impossible, like, flying out of the plane and these crazy stunts, and, you see a glimpse of the Mummy, and I didn't buy it. So I'm not really excited for the Universal Monster reboot they're going to be doing over the next, 5 years, 6 years. How they're going to do a monster mashup with all these characters, it's just going to be retarded.
Yeah.
So I remember seeing that trailer, and I'm like, this is going to be a terrible movie. So that's a movie not to see.
Well, thanks for bringing it up anyway.
Yeah, and the last movie I'll talk about is a movie that I'm very excited about, Valerian and the City of Thousand Planets.
Okay.
Excellent graphic novel series, and it's from the director of The Fifth Element. I can't think of their name right now. Luc Besson.
Oh,
Luc Besson,
okay.
Yeah, and it's
I
got.
didn't realize it was from him.
Yeah, it's got Dane DeHaan. You know who Dane DeHaan is. It kind of looks like a young Leo. And Cara Delevingne or whatever, she was in Suicide Squad. So it's a sci-fi flick. It looks like there's going to be a lot of sci-fi movies out this year that look really good. So I'll definitely go check that out. I'm looking forward to that. Okay.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah, I read the graphic novels. They're really good. So it'll be cool how they depict that on. That does it for the first ever Cinephellas podcast. I'm here with Henry, and we talked about our favorite movies of 2017 and what we're looking for, and talked about, the Oscars and what is Cinephellas? What are we? So I'm glad you guys all listened to us. And
thanks, guys. We appreciate it.
Yeah, and we'll be coming back each week with a different episode. So stay tuned for that, Henry.
Thanks, Logan. Appreciate it, and had fun doing it with you.
Ciao, babe.
Ciao. Until next time. Cheers!
We're signing out one more time. Henry and Logan, live from Cinephellas Studios.
Idea what the cost of your actions is, what their effect might be. Or you to give them hope. What do you give them? We give them happiness. And they give us authority. The authority to take away their freedom under the guise of democracy. Men can never be free. Because they are weak, corrupt, worthless, and restless. The people believe in authority. They've grown tired of waiting.